Welcome to the Health Circle on Conga TV. This is your go-to show for everything health, beauty, and wellness. Today's episode, it's a hot one. Today, I will be discussing with you a topic that has been debated for years. Bleaching versus toning, what nobody tells you. And in between, I will be sitting with a skincare expert to talk more on this topic. My name is Miracle HEG. Welcome to the Health Circle. Is skin toning the same as bleaching? Let's set the tone real quick. Why do people bleach their skin in the first place? And are you knowing you're bleaching when you think you're toning? We'll answer all of that and more. So stay with us right here. If you've ever struggled with hyperpigmentation, acne scars, or dull skin, this topic is for you. Quickly, we want to know why people bleach their skin. Could it be cultural and societal pressure? Because we live in a society where lighter skin is often seen as more attractive or desirable. There is the light skin privilege, and this has been pushed through media, beauty standards, and even some cultural practices. Many people bleach because they believe it will make them more accepted, more attractive, or more successful. And that's a harsh truth we need to address. Oh, shit. And that's a harsh truth we need to address. There is also a huge misunderstanding about skincare. Some people start using lightening creams thinking they're just evening out their skin tone, only to realize later that they are bleaching. Bleaching also stems out of insecurity and lack of self-esteem. Acne scars, hyperpigmentation, and dark spots can make people feel uncomfortable in their skin. And the promise of flawless lighter skin can be tempting. But healthy skin isn't about being lighter. It's about being nourished, glowing, and protected. Let's go on a short break, get to the streets, and find out from people what they think about bleaching and toning the skin. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah, understand toning of the skin is a sort of part of what would I call it? It's not to beautify yourself, you know. It's a cosmetics, it's a cream. It's a cream actually. It depends what you know. You want the bleaching one, you want the normal bleach, the normal one, something like that. So it depends your color. As I said, bleaching is not for everybody, especially black ones. But light complexion benefit fast than the black person. It's choice. So it's choice, like especially the women, the girls, to beautify themselves, to look more better than what they are for, eyes catching, just for men to see them that they look different from others, something like that.
But does it have medical implication?
Yes, medical implication. If you don't take care of it, you have skin problem. If you don't, because the skin tone is, you must make sure you are using the one that will not give you any sicknesses. Many people, you can see some of these people now who are using it, some of them, their face become different things, different the ladies. You understand me? So you have to make sure you must make sure what you use. Not that whatever you go to the chemist or pharmacy, you go and buy something, start to flute yourself.
So you as a person, would you rather tone your skin or bleach your skin?
I will not, but I will use cream. I don't tone. I can't tone. I use light complexion. And that was recommended for somebody who say, use this. Just light complexion. That I know that not affect my skin. Or put it in a very dangerous situation.
Okay, what I understand by skin toning is just like the balancing of the pH of the skin. Why? Well, that's it. Balancing of the skin pH to make it look good and radiant. Well, the aspect of bleaching, I think it causes irritation and make the skin look somehow, not okay in the eyes of people. And if you can look at it, most people, when they bleach their skin, you can see something like stretch mark, rashes, and other things. And sometimes the surface of the skin looks like reddish, showing of green veins and other things like that. So,
Is it that there's a thin line between toning and bleaching? Like, can someone be bleaching and think she or he is toning?
if you say someone is toning his or her skin, definitely the skin will look okay. And for that of the bleaching, it will look somehow irritating. So like the difference, what I see in the difference is that toning, your skin will look okay, shining, glowing. While bleaching, there's definitely there will be an effect on it. Like for some time you will look okay, like you are shining, but when it gets to some certain time, the skin won't look okay. It will, like, there will be an effect of rashes, so many kind of skin irritation that you see, and like a change in color. Some parts might be fair, some be dark.
All I would like to say is that it's just good to look nice, especially for your skin. Your skin needs to look nice. You need to glow as a lady, and that's what I deal with. You need to look good, not like using bleaching cream, like I can't mention, but you just have to look nice as a lady. Your skin needs to glow, to look good for yourself. That's what I understand by toning, just for skincare.
So you've talked about skin toning. How about bleaching? What comes to your mind?
Bleaching is out of the way. Bleaching is not good at all. It will spoil your skin as a big girl. Me, I deal with a lot of people using creams, but I don't like bleaching. You can see me, I'm dark. And that does not mean because I'm into this business, I should start mixing chemicals together. And I know what to use to. Under 2 days, I don't yellow. But I don't need all those stuff. So when you're yourself, even if you're black, you have creams for dark people that makes you look very, very good. And even if you're fair, you don't have to start using cream because you're dark, you want to be fair. You start using bleaching cream. Oh yeah, we start to dark. They will start disturbing me. Auntie, I beg, please, I need something that will clay all this in my hands. And you're still using that bleaching cream. So what I would say is bleaching cream is out of the way. It's not really good for ladies, even for guys. Now, guys are even more than ladies that bleach. If you see some guys like this, is this a guy? What are you using? His face like this, sunburn everywhere, bleaching cream for what? So it doesn't make sense at all.
For people who don't know the difference between toning and bleaching, what is the difference?
Toning is just to moisturize skin. Toning, if you're using a toning cream, it will just moisturize your skin, like it will just lighten you a bit. It's not as if it's bleaching you. It will just lighten you a bit. If you're fair, your color will come out normal. And if you're dark, your black will just be glittering, with a shine. But bleaching, when you start mixing some creams together, like you buy one cream, you mix like 3 oil to it, 4 oil to it. You just want to be fair. And when you start using all those things, you start destroying your skin. That's bleaching. And you start destroying your skin, it doesn't bring fitting at all. At all. I don't want to know how beautiful you are. If your skin is not good, it's not go area at all.
Welcome back to the Health Circle. Remember that we are talking about skin bleaching versus skin toning. Right now, let's quickly define skin bleaching. Skin bleaching is the use of harsh chemicals to whiten or lighten the skin. On the other side, let me explain melanin. What is melanin? Now, this is a dark pigment that gives our skin, our hair, and even our eyes their color. The more melanin, the darker your skin. But when you bleach, you are reducing your body's melanin, and trust me, you don't want to mess with that. Now, quickly, here is why you shouldn't bleach. The melanin protects your skin from sun damage and it reduces the risk of skin cancer. It prevents premature aging and wrinkles. And that's why you always hear black don't crack. Well, that's all thanks to melanin. And you should also understand that bleaching products often contain dangerous chemicals like hydroquinone, steroids, mercury, and kojic acid, and these all come with serious side effects. Now here is a real-life consequence example. Mercury poisoning from skin products can lead to nervous disorders, skin damage, and even brain damage. Scary, right? Now let's define skin toning, which is the safer alternative. Toning is all about caring for your skin, not altering its natural color. And toning also helps cleanse your skin. It shrinks pores and removes dirt and excess oil. And at the end of the day, it balances your skin's pH. Toning also treats uneven skin tone, dark spots, and hyperpigmentation without bleaching. Now this is why skin tone varies. Have you ever noticed your face looking darker than the rest of your body? That's hyperpigmentation. And this is caused by sun exposure, stress, hormones, and acne. And of course, if you are a Nigerian living in Nigeria, you will understand better what I'm trying to say. Now, skin toning helps you restore your natural glow without having to make use of harsh chemicals. Here is a simple difference between toning and bleaching. Bleaching alters your natural skin color and reduces melanin, which, like I said earlier, protects your skin's pH. Bleaching is harmful and risky. But toning, on the other hand, enhances your natural skin tone. It evens out your complexion and keeps your skin healthy. Remember, good skin isn't about being lighter. It's about being healthy. Now, if you're out there wondering, can this bleaching be reversed? Can its effects be reversed? Well, here's the truth. Reversing the damage from skin bleaching isn't easy. And this also depends on how long you've been bleaching and the products you've used, because some effects may be permanent. But if you stop early, you can often heal your skin with the right care. Now, how do you heal your skin with the right care? You need to hydrate and nourish your skin. You need to use gentle restorative products. And please consult a dermatologist for tailored treatments. For long-term damages, well, some side effects like thin skin, uneven patches, and increased sun sensitivity may take years to heal. That is, if they heal at all. And that is why right now we're about to listen to a skincare expert talk to us about skin damages, that is, relating to skin bleaching. And of course, she will tell us more about toning the skin. Now, during the week, I had the opportunity to sit with a skincare expert here in Lagos. She's the owner of Edith Essentials, a beauty and skincare store here in Lagos. She opened my eyes to a lot, and I know that you will learn one or two from this conversation. Stay right here.
Edith Essentials officially started in 2019 whilst I was in America. I delved into the beauty space. I just found myself interested in a lot of beauty products. I was always going to the beauty stores over there, and I just decided that I wanted to go into the beauty industry. I started shooting some skincare content while I was in America. Spoke to a friend of mine who has a beauty brand in America, and she encouraged me to go for a trade show, which I went for. Just around the time when I went for the trade show, I met Beyonce's hairstylist at the time, and it was a great experience. That just kind of like made me see the industry in a different light, and I was like, okay, I think I really want to do this. So that's even one of the reasons why within Edith Essentials as a skincare and beauty store, I actually have hair here as well. So we have hair products. We do a lot of hair, sort of, because I feel like beauty starts from the hair all the way from our crown down to our toes. And so, yeah, that was the start of Edith Essentials 2019. Fast forward to 2023. So I came back to Nigeria, had the beauty store within my supermarket at the time. I didn't have a standalone store. And it started doing well. So I did one sort of beauty exhibition. And at the time when I was just ready for my second one, COVID hit. So I'd already made a lot of all my packaging material, which I still have till date. And COVID hit, everything shut down. The supermarket just took a life of its own. Things got really crazy and hectic. I couldn't do anything with the skincare at the time, and it just went on hold. So fast forward to 2023, I had to move out of my supermarket location, and I was scouting for a new premises for our supermarket. In the process, I found this location that we are in right now, but it was too small for the supermarket, but I didn't want to let it go because I just felt really good about the space. And then I decided to use it as the first branch of Edith Essentials. So that's how we finally just sort of came up with the branch. I was like, you know what, let's just do this. Let's branch out of the supermarket and have our standalone beauty store. So this is our first Edith Essentials beauty store. It opened in November of 2024. When the years have my head, my brain all frazzled. It's too many years to keep up with all the things that we had going on. But yeah, in 2024, we opened this space, and we'll be coming up to 1 year in a couple of months. We're about 5 months in right now. Yeah. Okay, so people even mistakenly call me Miss Edith. Am I speaking to Edith? Edith Essentials, the name came about because that's my beautiful, loving mother's name. My mother's name is Edith. She is, a special part of Edith Essentials. She is, to me, a very classy woman, or she has been a very classy woman at every age, even now that she is much older. And I launched Edith Essentials as an ode to her, as as respect to her, to express my love for her, and trying to do all things skincare, healthcare, self-care that helps women, and men as well, because we also do take care of men within the skincare space as well. Teenagers, young girls, we're creating a beauty space for everyone to thrive, to feel better about themselves. And that is what Edith Essentials is about. And so it's an honor to my mother. And that's why it's called Edith Essentials. So I would say that the difference between bleaching and toning for me lies in 3 specific areas. Number 1, the purpose. Number 2, the effects. Number 1, the purpose. Number 2, the ingredients. And number 3, the effects. That's the major difference between when you bleach your skin and when you tone your skin. And so, for example, when I say the purpose, when you bleach your skin, it's to stop the melanin production. And this is to lighten the skin, I want to say 2 to 3 or 4 shades lighter, right? When I talk about the ingredients, using harsh chemicals, which are ultimately harmful to the skin, which is where we go to the effects. And so the effect of using those harsh chemicals on the skin damage the skin barrier. However, when it comes to toning the skin, the purpose is to lighten darker areas of the skin and to help the skin have a better texture and an overall improved look. So when it comes to the purpose of toning the skin, say for example, people that have dark acne marks, or a certain part of the body is a little bit darker than or scarred in comparison to the rest parts of the body, now we're going to use healthy ingredients such as vitamin C or niacinamide or salicylic or hyaluronic acid, ingredients that are safe on the skin, that lighten those darker areas over time, and then creating a healthy skin barrier whilst doing that. Say, for example, the use of an ingredient like vitamin C. So you see, the purpose is different. The ingredients used are different. They are healthier, they are safer. And ultimately, the effects and result is that you have clearer skin with a healthy barrier. And so with bleaching, you tend to damage the layers of the skin, because you get to have thinning skin. People have their stretch marks often break because the skin barrier is broken. You have people who get burns because now the skin is very sensitive towards the sunlight. And so those are the kind of effects that, the damages that occur to the skin when you bleach. And also this is because of the harmful products like hydroquinone and, excess usage of the wrong or harmful chemicals in the bleaching products, as opposed to when you're dealing with toning, you're dealing with safer products that you can use over time and improve the skin barrier over time. So that would be the difference between bleaching and toning. So you want to tone versus bleach because one is healthier for your skin than the other. I would 100% advise toning versus bleaching because the skin is the biggest layer of our entire body, and it is what you have to carry you through life. So you want to make sure that you're doing the right things to preserve it so that it serves you over time, as opposed to ruining it and then having to suffer to treat it, to recover from the damages caused by harsh chemicals. We don't need those harsh chemicals on our skin. Over time, they cause too much damage and it's not worth the pain. So when it comes to bleaching, when I see a person who has bleached, the first thing that comes to my mind is a lack of education, a lack of understanding of the ingredients in the products that they have been given. Because I feel that if people knew ahead of time all the damages that would occur to their skin when they are giving bleaching products, and they are also educated about toning and using safer, skincare products with chemicals that are, avoiding the harsh chemicals and going for safer ingredients in their skincare products, I do believe that people will choose the safer option. So number one, I first think it's a problem of education. Secondly, when it comes to self-confidence or confidence, I would also say, again, a little bit of education in that area where people are taught to be self-confident, self-love. This is where the conversation about self-care comes in, where people are taught to love the skin that they are born in. People are taught to understand the value of who they are and understanding that their skin is not who they are. So self-confidence doesn't start from the skin. It starts from who you believe or who you know yourself to be and what you love about yourself and what you bring, the purpose that you bring to the table and bring to the world. That sort of conversation, that education, if more of that is happening versus how light you look, being, how appreciated you'll be in a room or in an environment, like that, I think would begin to educate and reduce the use of such harsh chemicals on the skin. I also do believe that when it comes to bleaching and toning, when I see someone who is bleached or who has, who doesn't really understand how harsh these chemicals can be to their skin over time, I do believe that if they knew, they would make different choices, so that's really what comes to my mind when I see people who bleach versus. I have had such cases of people coming in saying they do not want to bleach anymore. Now they want to repair their skin barrier. Now they want to return to, how they, in fact, even yesterday, I did have a client who came into the store. And sometimes they are even shy to kind of admit that they have used harsh chemicals on their skin. Some are lucky enough that their skin barrier is not terribly damaged. Some, unfortunately, their skin barrier by the time they're coming in is excessively damaged. And so for such clients, the advice I usually would start with is not necessarily even just delving straight into products, but alongside giving them information on products to help rebuild their skin barrier, we also touch on, self-care and, delve into self-confidence. Try to help them to see themselves as better. Try to remind them of who they are. Try to build that sort of love for themselves and understanding that, who they are as a person is what is loved and not just what they look like, you know, in terms of their skin color, their skin tone. And, you know, with that sort of encouragement, you know, understanding, and it's also the manner in which, you know, they are spoken to as well. We tend to speak very gently to our clients. We tend to get them to feel good and understand that, I mean, for the most part, we can help them to a certain degree to bring back, you know, to replace that skin barrier, to help it get, you know, get healthier again. Sometimes, unfortunately, it doesn't get back to the way that it was for those who already have excessive damage. But for the most part, we do our best, and clients, by the time they return after a couple of weeks, we've seen good results. We've seen, you know, the joy in their faces. We see the renewed confidence. We see the excitement. We see the glistening in their eyes. And, you know, for me, it's just now, it's a reassurance that they now understand how to take care of themselves better, which is the most important thing, you know. And that just gives us joy, because the word is spreading. People are understanding the damage that bleaching causes, and they are willing to get educated, which is the first step. They're willing to understand, they're willing to listen, and it's slowly but surely getting better. So that's a very interesting question. I am definitely in talks and walks with Conga Health to launch our first sort of self-care, skincare program. However, this specific program that I want to launch as our first is for 50 plus. And I'm sure people will be wondering, why 50 plus? Why not Gen Z? Why not millennials? You know, we're going to come to you guys. Just hold on, okay? Just take a seat and just wait your turn. It's going to come. But why I'm starting with 50 plus is because I do feel like at a certain age, people the older you get, people tend to neglect themselves. Sometimes because of life's conditions, how life has treated them, or their current financial positions, or just the mindset that they're getting older and it doesn't really matter anymore, you know. So even the challenges that you deal with from 50 plus, with wrinkles, with sagging skin, with you know, the muscle mass loss, there's just so much to contend with. And for us as a skincare store, it is essentials. For us, the main goal is not just skincare; it is self-care as well. So my first, you know, beauty sort of conversation that we're going to be executing by the special grace of God is one with the 50 plus, where we're going to target anti-aging, where we're going to target, you know, nutrition, where we're going to target like sleep patterns, just different general well-being always aids better skincare. And so these are some of the things that we want to touch on in this discussion, in this program. And it's definitely going to be coming very soon. You want to stay tuned for that. We're going to be talking about collagen, the effects on the skin at 50 plus, what you can do to boost your collagen levels. There's so much that we're going to be talking about. It's going to be an interesting program. And of course, we know that a lot of people might not be able to be at that program. So we are going to do well to, you know, curate the content, share it across our social media platforms so that, you know, literally it can be global. Anyone worldwide can feed off the information that we're going to put out at this beauty seminar when it's held. My definition of a healthy skin is one that is taken care of with intentionality and love, knowing that this is the skin that you want to carry you from your youth through old age. And so to have a healthy skin, in my opinion, starts with what we consume. We are what we eat. Our skincare products, a lot of ingredients from the skincare products come from food materials, food nutrients, food supplements, okay? So I want to say, for me, the first step is what you consume. Make sure you're eating clean, eating healthy, at least 80 to 90% of the time. Of course, you're going to have your cheat meals, you're going to have your ice creams and all of that. That's fair enough. However, if you're taking care of yourself intentionally, 80 to 90% of the time, your skin is going to show that you are giving it that love from within. Now, topically, you want to also use skincare products that are good for your skin. You want to use products that have good ingredients, healthy ingredients, safe ingredients, so that whilst you're consuming and taking care of yourself inwardly, on the exterior, your skin is also being taken care of. Doing both together, of course, complementing with good exercise and good rest, good sleep, you're going to have amazing, lovely skin to last you into eternity. Okay, you're going to glow from within, you're going to glow on your exterior, you're going to be happier, you're going to look brighter, you're going to look lovelier, and the whole world is going to appreciate it because you're going to be smiling into every room that you walk in, because you're going to be feeling good about yourself. Hi, my name is Lillian Unachuku and I am the CEO at It Is Essentials. You can find us at Charm City Mall, 8A Fola Oshibo, Lekki Phase 1. And you can find us on Instagram at It Is Essentials. Thank you for watching. Mwah.
Thank you, Ms. Lillian Unachuku, for that educative and informative session. I really learned a lot, and I hope that the listener out there learned one or two as well. If you're looking for toning products tailored for African skin, that is your skin and my skin, here is what we can recommend based on recommendations from skincare experts. First, you need to get gentle cleansers that has no hydroquinone or steroids. And then you can get moisturizers with SPF to protect you from sunburn. You do not have to spend so much money to keep your skin healthy. And you certainly do not have to spend so much money to heal your skin. And you do not need so much. You do not need to break the bank to restore your skin. And on that note, I hope that this has cleared up the confusion. Bleaching and toning are not the same, and you need to understand that your skin deserves the best care possible. Remember, your beauty isn't tied to your skin color. Healthy, glowing skin will always be in style. If you have questions or skincare struggles, please go ahead and drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of The Health Circle. My name is Miracle HAG for Konga TV, and I leave you with this. Stay glowing, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.